Good afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express and say hello to my little friend.
That's one lethal weapon you've got in your hands. Beautiful, beautiful creatures. We'll find Donut. Donut's probably running around the studio, so make sure you keep your eyes glued to Afternoon Express from now until 5:30 because you could be spotting our little friends running around our studio. Today's show is so jam-packed with an exciting variety of young talent in the loft today. Obviously, we've got rising star on the hip-hop scene, Frank Casino. He's here in the loft today, and he released his official debut single called Whole Thing in 2016 featuring Ricky Rick.
Before I carry on about what's happening on the show today, so this little one has been living with me and my family, and he left us a little prezzy on my bed when we woke up yesterday, and it was orange in color.
Oh, what have you been feeding her? Come on.
I think the kids have been feeding him chocolate behind my back. But then if you have a passion for dance and choreography, you may know the name Lee Janik. He's one of South Africa's top dance professionals, and he runs a company called HOV that employs 80 professional dancers. We'll be chatting about his career and rise to success.
Indeed, and he's worked on some of the coolest music videos. Man, oh man, if you're a music lover, that man's probably dance moves are in the music videos that you love the most. It's also a meat-free Monday on the show today, and in the kitchen as we go in the culinary trip to Central America. Today we're making empanadas, which are a type of Mexican pie.
On to our first guest. The Skyscrapers are one of South Africa's freshest indie pop bands, and their debut single, Just Kids, charted on all the major studio radio stations when it was released last year. A very apt name for their first song, because that's exactly what they are. They're just beautiful kids. The Skyscrapers is South Africa's youngest band, with the average age being 13.
There goes the bell, another day in living hell. My life's like a show and tell. Parents always wanting me to do well. I know life's tough, but this is a little bit mine. Always gotta get A's, no B's. Don't talk to me about C's. Starting to believe my life's one giant machine. And the worst thing about it,
yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined now by Mila, Leo, and Dan. Welcome to the loft, you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys are so cool. I was watching your sound check and I was like, I just want to be a kid again just so that I can be that cool. So how did your band start?
Well, Leo and Daniel and we go to the same school, so we met at school, and Leo needed someone to perform for his music concert, and of course they're best friends, so they already had themselves with each other. And then they just called upon me and we did the performance, and after that we just continued with the band, and then I introduced original music, and then from there just scraped the
So you two were like, damn, we got no singing talent, so we need to bring in the professionals in.
But how did they know you could sing, or that you were the one? Or were you guys hanging out at school and they had heard you sing?
We started performing like a year.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so then you obviously released that first song called Just Kids. I mean, I love the fact that you guys are producing only original music. You're not doing these covers and things like that. You're producing your own stuff. So what was the story behind Just Kids, other than you being Just Kids?
Well, I composed the music, and I found that with Just Kids, of course, it's about kids that are being pressurized by their parents or guardians to do well at school. And even though this isn't our experience, because our parents are very laid back and chilled, I know that a lot of people can resonate with the song and the message towards the song, and that's kind of how Just Kids came to be.
Wow, wow. And I mean, I can imagine your parents have to be quite laid back to allow you guys to be in a band. I mean, I don't know what I'd say if my son came home and said, Mom, I'm starting a band, although he says that all the time.
How do you feel? Are they going, oh, cute, man, that's such a cute thing. You guys go start your music band, you know, and I hope it goes well for you. Or are they very much behind you guys taking this professionally?
Professionally.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. And I mean, does it make a huge difference having your parents on standby to help you, to travel with you, to just be there to support you? I mean, does it feel like, you don't feel like you're in the big bad world?
Well, yes, I feel that it's a bit of both, because what kind of kids are busy doing like live shows and like develop park. Like we're so grateful for that, and we know that our kids, like our parents, are always there keeping us grounded and our little like our backbone. Always.
Yeah.
So in that regard, yeah, they're kind of our little like teddy bears. Like
And you guys opened for Freshly Grounded.
Yeah, so Jen,
yesterday.
let's hear from you guys. You guys have been quiet in this whole process.
Yeah.
Tell us about that performance.
It was so cool. The crowd is really
Did they
sick.
just
And a
eat
lot
you
of
up?
people.
Yeah, there were loads of people. The crowd was sick, and it was cool to open up for like the Rudimentals and Freshly Ground because they were really good performance.
Yeah, they really
Has that been your biggest performance to date, would you say?
Did it last year also.
Last year as well. You guys are
Yeah,
becoming
we did.
pros at this.
At
eh?
the Park. Okay, so let's talk about radio airplay. It's one of the things that I'm finding interesting about music in South Africa is a lot of artists are struggling to get onto radio. Your single obviously got a lot of airplay on the radios, which is very exciting. What happens to you guys in your school careers? Where's your head at? Where are your heads at the moment in terms of school and your futures and your careers?
Well, I feel that both, like all our families, of course, as we mentioned before, and our friends and the actual school itself, they're very supportive of the band. So yes, we've got other commitments outside of school, like band commitments, but with that regard, we've always got like a backbone of someone that we can kind of ask, like, hey, can I have your notes? Or like a family member to kind of give us guidance onto how we're feeling, if we're feeling a bit overwhelmed. But in that regard, we're kind of okay.
But you're planning to finish and you're planning to go pursue music after matric, right?
Yeah.
But you guys write pretty deep stuff. I mean, you don't just write about just being kids. Tell us about your other song, Politicians.
Well, I like wrote Politicians, and in that time period, and still today, I mean, I'm very into global politics, and therefore I kind of used that as my inspiration, and I drew from that and everything that was going on in order for me to write that song.
Wow.
Okay, so it's all about the experiences you guys are having as young people and the world that you're interacting with, you trying to write about and produce music for. The sound, gents, you guys obviously created quite a cool pop sound to yourselves, but it's got a slight twist to it. How would you describe it? Because you've obviously got this interesting vocal, you guys have got both of your traditional sort of rock kind of feel to it. So how would you describe it for yourself?
So what's it called?
Indie pop.
You guys are so adorable.
Yeah.
I mean, I think to be at your age and to be this successful, there has to be a level of not taking it so seriously.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that really helps you take the edge off?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Like, as we
have
said in our new
confidence.
single, we're just kids. You
Yeah.
know? So like we gotta just we have fun in
Exactly.
band practice. Of course, we
be
take
kids.
something. Yeah, exactly. Like we take something seriously, but of course. Band practice is also fun. Like we'll also laugh around and make jokes and draw chalk on the walls and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're still kids. There's obviously a big passion. You guys, you love your music and you're going to continue to pursue it. We'd hope, even post this sort of school phase. And we're looking forward to supporting you in that process. But stay grounded, stay humble, guys. I want to meet you back in the loft in another 10 years' time when you guys are still this chilled and humble and kind.
Yeah, you
all right?
guys are amazing. We're really proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So coming up after the break, we sit down with hip-hop artist Frank Casino. Plus, it's a meat-free Monday in the kitchen, and today's recipe is Mexican-inspired. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on this Monday afternoon. It's good to have you with us on the show today. Make sure you head over to our social media platforms, engage. We've got so many inspiring guests on the show, and I'd love to see your comments on our stream. Now, over the past decade, the South African hip-hop scene has flourished, and we've seen the rise of many talented young stars. Frank Casino is one such artist who shows that hard work and persistence and perseverance really does pay off. From forming his first rap group in school, it took him more than 10 years to debut his solo career with his first official single from 2016, Whole Thing.
We want the whole time, whole time. We want the whole time, whole time. We want the whole
flow switch. Inspiration for the ones that I grew up with. See Spitty lit the flame and I blew up. If you don't know, you might assume that I blew up quick. Man, I can't quit. Man, I came quick, right on time for the city. Put them boys in my wheel, man, they ride with me. I'm going live for the times they would die with me. Drink it all, don't you worry if you need a kidney.
Nhlanhla Chabalala, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the loft, dude.
How you doing, man?
I'm lekker. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your stage name. Frank Casino, Nhlanhla Chabalala, not even close.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I mean, in primary and how I am just in general, you know, I'm quite frank.
Okay.
You know, I keep it to the point. I get to things straight away. And then the casino part is more the hustle side of me.
Making the dollar.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so put those two ideas together. Somebody who speaks his mind, speaks his truth, and then also wants to be hustling out there to make sure that his career is continuously growing.
Yeah, not necessarily like speak my mind or speak my truth, you know, but get to the point type of thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't beat around the bush.
Yeah.
I won't then. Let's talk a bit about your music career. I mean, obviously, I'm very excited to hear that obviously a whole bunch of new singles are coming out. You've got this amazing ability to connect South African audiences to American artists, and the way that you're kind of making that shift across overseas too. So I'd like to talk about your new single in just a bit and all your collaborations you're doing. But the first collaboration you ever did was the one that kind of launched you with Mayo, right? So tell us about that collaboration with Chance.
Well, with Mayo, DJ Speedstar is one of the guys that's been looking out for me before I flourished into the commercial scene. He's been supporting me, playing my songs in his sets as a DJ. And then one of the days he called me to tell me, I've got a song for you, one of my songs. Are you keen? And then that's how our relationship pretty much formed about. And then we shot the song, and yeah.
What do you think about collaborations, and especially in the hip-hop space in South Africa? Is it something that you feel like is absolutely necessary for young hip-hop stars to be able to make it, is to first work on those collaborations before you launch a solo career? Or is there a chance for people to kind of go straight for their solo careers and then collaborate after?
I mean, every story works out differently, you know? I mean, I wouldn't advise against collaborations, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's a need, you know? But it can play a role, you know? But first and foremost, it has to be the music itself. The music itself has to be good, no matter who you collaborate with. Like, the song itself has to be a masterpiece.
You can get yourself onto as many albums as you want to get on. If the sound ain't good, like, you're not going to be able to follow that up with anything.
No.
And that's exactly obviously what you're trying to prevent. Let's go back to sort of school days. I'm so intrigued to know that you started a whole bunch of groups and your friends must have got together and been like, yeah, man, we're going to be a new hip-hop group. What was that whole process like for you? And what do you think it was about your solo career that said, this is the one that's going to stick?
I mean, in high school, for all of us, I'd assume it was more of a hobby. It's something that we all liked. We were all interested in hip-hop, and we all just wanted to do it. And that's how we formed our crew, and we had crews on crews, and we started making music together, you know. But obviously, as you grow as a person as well, there's certain things you see about yourself and certain things you'd like to do differently, you know. And the more I grew, I guess, especially out of school, I figured that, no, I want to take this thing to a different sort of route, and I don't want to like block anyone.
Exactly. So you also wanted to pursue something of your own, which you loved.
Yes.
So let's talk about the new single then, because you were in Cape Town promoting it. How did the performance go yesterday? How is everything going with the launch?
Nah, the performance was great. Actually, it was my first time in Khayelitsha.
Rad.
Yeah, I hope I said it right.
You did. Well done.
Yeah. So it was my first time, and yep, I pretty much enjoyed the crowd. Yeah, everybody was alive.
And what's the song about?
The song is about a new coupe. Yeah, so it's more of a celebration from where I was. You know what I mean? I sold my old car for studio equipment, and after a year, I managed to get myself a new one.
Awesome. So it's about to say, like, you know what, I've built something for myself. It's time to celebrate those things too.
Yes, it's more of a celebration.
I love it.
Yes.
Love that. And then obviously the international collaborations are the parts that I think everyone's also very excited about. You and Chance the Rapper are going to be doing some cool stuff. Tell me more about that collabo.
I mean, Chance is going to be coming through, performing. and I'm looking forward to seeing his performance. And we're going to be there, quite a few of us, you know, Nadia and Shane, as well as myself. And I'm looking forward to being on the big stage.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the big plan then? Is there a plan to have like a big stage in South Africa? Are you trying to fill up the dome? Or are you trying to do something else internationally? What is the plan with the career moving forward? Is it hoping to build into more American, sort of European audiences? Is it to keep it South African, move into sort of West, East Africa?
No, I mean, I think the plan on our side referring to my team, is to obviously hit international market as a whole, regardless of wherever
which
it
part
is.
It is.
Yeah, so that's the plan, and to do things of that standard.
Yeah.
So fill up the dome is great, but we need more of those.
I see.
All the time.
Yeah, and you've got such an amazing international sound. Your music videos are on point, man. Your lyrics are great, and your beats that you're producing are absolutely incredible. So we cannot wait to see this continue to explode, and we salute you on Afternoon Express, man.
Thank you so much.
Awesome
stuff.
Thank
you so much.
Over to you, Bonnie.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Jess. And I was just going through all the things that you do. You own a media company. You are a jiu-jitsu instructor. You're a mother. You're an author, a mother of two, and you also homeschool your children. Yeah. And you own a fighting promotions company. When do you sleep? Do you sleep?
So I think, yeah, I do, a little bit. But I think part of kind of my 2018 goals was to be a lot more active. When you're an entrepreneur, often you find yourself in a sedentary position a lot, kind of crouched over a laptop. So a big part of my goal for this year was to be more active. Yeah. And I find with being more active and eating better, everything else is just manageable.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're saying basically eating better and having a healthier lifestyle actually gives you the ability to fit so much more into your life?
Absolutely.
Because I mean, I'm a mom of two, and I can't imagine the kind of patience that it would take to homeschool and to run a company and all these other things. So how do you actually, you have to be quite organized.
Sure.
Right. So, I mean, how structured are you and how routine are all the things that you do?
So with everything, whether it's homeschooling or running a business, it all comes with a good support system and a good team. So that's on the homeschool side as well. We've got a teacher that helps us with that. And my husband and I make a really great team when it comes to parenting as well as with running our various businesses. So I think the one key thing in terms of staying organized and getting all of that done is having a good support structure. And the other thing is I calendar everything. So everything is in the calendar, otherwise it doesn't happen.
Like when you say everything, you mean down to even picking the kids up from somewhere?
100%. Yeah. Everything is an appointment, whether it's jiu-jitsu or whether it's
a phone call
science, robotics, whatever it is that the kids are doing, it goes in the calendar, otherwise it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn how to do that, but I've actually got to find time to put it in the calendar as it happens. So, I mean, obviously you mentioned a balanced lifestyle and how important that is to manage to do all that you do. Any tips that you have for us in terms of what we should be eating? Because we can't hear it enough.
Yeah, look, I mean, I coach kids as well as postnatal women, as well as busy entrepreneurial women who don't have a lot of time to train. And what I find with all of them is that they have different nutritional needs, they have different training needs. So, you know, for every person it's different. Yeah. But you need to just make sure that you're getting the right nutritions for your body. You're taking in the right amount of calories and good calories, right? So we want to be eating healthy, fresh produce, not junk. And then it's about making sure that you get the right amount of exercise in a day. So the tips, everyone tells you the same thing, but it's going to be unique to your body. And then we all cheat occasionally, and that's okay too.
We must cheat.
Exactly.
You've also started teaching jiu-jitsu to kids. How do children take to this sort of martial arts?
I find kids actually have this natural aptitude towards the movement, and it's more around us as the instructors finding a way to introduce it in a playful manner that they can just, you know, take on easily. So they're learning and they don't even know that they're learning, and that's really when the magic happens.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jess. You're such an inspiration, and with all the things that are still on my bucket list, I'm sure now that I can actually manage them. If you can do it, I think I can too. Awesome. Now let's see what Clem has planned for us today. He promised it's guaranteed to satisfy and spicy food lovers' craving. So
as we spoke about, Jess is an athlete, right? So we got to feed her. She needs that protein, and she doesn't have a lot of time to spend in the kitchen. Enter the corn. Exactly. Right, so I'm going to make these amazing empanadas. They're really awesome. I've even used a gluten-free flour to make them gluten-free as well.
Wow.
Let's talk about what's inside them. It's a lot of vegetables, which you want to sneak in there for the kids, don't you?
You always want to sneak in the vegetables.
So I'm going to be using the chicken-style pieces. They are amazing, and they cook from frozen. Wow. So let's get them straight into the pan.
I actually recently found like a sweet cereal that's actually made of vegetables for the kids.
Oh, look at that. Don't tell them. All right, cool. Leek's cooking down. Ingo the chicken pieces. Like I said, you took it from frozen. I'm gonna add some ground coriander. That's gonna give that nice Mexican flavor in there. And oregano, strangely enough. I find that that's kind of like a hidden...
Oregano.
They get Mexican oregano. We don't get that here. Use oregano anyway, normal ones. Some roasted garlic. That's gonna cook down as well, like butter, okay? Then we're gonna go with some beans. Here come the vegetables. Kidney beans. You can use butter beans, kidney beans, cannellini beans. What other beans do you know? Beans. Throw them in there.
There's black beans, there's sugar beans.
Exactly. Add the beans.
Butter beans. I love me a good bean.
I love beans too.
Yeah.
In goes some corn, not the corn with the Q, the corn with the C. Corn. All right, a little bit of seasoning. You want to give it a mix for me?
Absolutely.
Then what I want to do is I want to add some salsa. Here's where you can kind of like vary things. You can make them really spicy if you want to add some extra chili. I'm thinking of Jess and the kids right now because as soon as this cools down and you actually fill the empanadas, you can freeze them.
Right.
As is.
Right.
Pop it into the oven and then it bakes for like 10 minutes and then it's done.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this is a chicken replacement.
It is.
A protein replacement.
Absolutely, because it is meat-free Monday. I don't even think of corn as a meat substitute replacement. I actually love it as a staple in my freezer. It is really high in protein, so if you are like...
It is really healthy. You were telling me about its contents.
It is, it's amazing.
Protein and the carbs, yeah.
Cool, let's talk about these empanadas. So I've got some empanada dough.
Okay.
I'm keeping the paper towel over, and that's a trick. It dries off very quickly.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do is take some paper towel, just dampen it slightly, and the recipe is on the website to make this dough.
Okay.
Let's just make one right now.
Okay.
So,
and the keyword for this recipe is dinner, so please SMS that keyword to 33650 so you can get the link to the recipe and the ingredients.
Yeah. In that little empanada press, you don't need one. You can just use, by hand, make them by hand.
They're so cute though, I think I need one.
And they're really cheap. You can go find them at little baking stores everywhere. Trim the ends off. As neatly as possible, okay? There we go. And then open it, press down really hard.
Press down hard,
so it seals.
So that the ends seal.
If it doesn't,
you're not pressing down hard.
Yeah, if it doesn't happen and you're live on TV, you know, you just...
Then you just
look away now, look away. Cool. So then, I like your dance. Is that your...
Yeah, it's my little don't look dance.
Don't look. Okay, cool. What happens is they come out. Okay, they're...
okay.
They come out looking like this.
That was close.
And you're going to brush them with egg, pop them on a baking tray, and then... It's super delicious. It goes into the oven for 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your oven.
Okay.
Comes out super delicious. It's like this, and crumbly and flaky. That's what you want. Especially if you're using gluten-free, it's going to happen like that anyway, but that's a natural one. So, how about Jess try some of this? What do you think?
Jess, please come over and try some of this for us, and please be very honest about it.
Be very honest.
Yeah.
You're going to have to stretch over. Bon, you want to try one as well?
You go in the middle.
Come in the middle?
Yeah.
You're going to grab one?
These babies.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's a little spicy.
I like spicy.
Do you like spicy? How's it tasting?
Good?
Good, huh? Yeah.
And the high in protein is what you eat anyway.
It's what you need, absolutely.
Yeah,
Look at those arms. I'm envious of those
arms. Are you
arms.
flexing right now?
And and if you want to make these at home, please check out this quick recap for all the info that you need.
Oh, it looks delicious. So yummy. Obviously, wives, if you think your husbands can't do meat-free Monday, we say, mix he can. Haha. Coming up after the break, Bonnie was recently involved with Clover's Crush Goodness crew, where she went to hand out some school shoes to much deserving young children. We'll be taking a look at how that all went down later on, so stay right where you are.
Presenter Search on 3 is here to build your new brand with Capitec. Do you have the personality and fashion flair to be absolutely unforgettable?
Can you dazzle with a winning smile, turn on the charm, and take our breath away?
Are you ready to be South Africa's next television and social media superstar?
Well, this is your chance to become the face of SABC3 and take your place in the spotlight as the newest presenter of Top Billing, Afternoon Express, or Expresso Morning Show.
It's not just fame and glamour, it's also a career filled with unlimited opportunities.
This year, Capitec, in association with Cordova Productions, will help you live better and develop your new brand.
Auditions are taking place in Port Elizabeth on the 25th of March, Cape Town on the 7th and 8th of April,
Durban on the 14th and 15th of April, and Johannesburg on the 20th, 21st and 22nd of April.
Visit the Presenter Search on 3 website, Facebook or Twitter for more details.
With Presenter Search on 3, the stage will be yours.
This week, feel the goodness on Afternoon Express with Clover Crush. It's often the little things that have the biggest impact, and Clover Crush is spreading goodness by donating school shoes to 10,000 learners across South Africa in partnership with Smart Steps Shoes. Discover some of the beneficiary schools and meet the famous faces who'll be spreading positivity with Clover Crush. Watch Afternoon Express weekdays at 4:30 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
And over the past few weeks, Clover Crush has proved that spreading a little dose of goodness can go a very long way with their Crush Goodness campaign. They have achieved this by distributing brand new school shoes to 10,000 deserving students across the country. Now, this really does go to show that it's more than just a great tasting juice. It's a brand that really cares about our communities. To help them spread the goodness, they formed the Crush Goodness crew, and our very own Bonnie Mbuli was part of this amazing campaign. And if you're looking for some inspiration to spread a little goodness, take a look at this.
The Clover Crush Goodness Crew is on a mission to spread goodness among South African school children. And for me, this was an opportunity to help after a moving personal encounter. I was driving my kids to school and I see this little girl with her brother and they're walking to school, and I always take the same route and I always see them, but that day I noticed that her school shoes were broken. 3 days later I caught up with her and I was able to stop the car and run to her, and I was careful not to startle her, and I said, my name is Bonnie and I see you walking your brother to school every morning. I noticed your shoes are a bit broken. I'd love to buy you a pair of shoes. And she said, no. But a month later, I get called by Clover to be part of their Crush Goodness Crew to hand out 10,000 pairs of shoes.
The reason why we chose Bernie is because she's about goodness, so we wanted someone who resonates with the brand, and choosing her as one of the Crush Goodness Crew, we saw a good link with her and the brand, and we wanted her to come to the school, spread the goodness by giving away the school shoes as well as the Clover Crush that is filled with goodness.
When you're a child at this point in your life where school is so important and walking to school is important, or getting to school, and somebody buying you a brand new pair of shoes says to you that you're valuable. It says that you're important. It also says that school is important and that somebody cares about you being confident, feeling confidence. And I think it instills confidence. And I think a brand new pair of shoes can make you want to listen harder in class. The Crush Goodness campaign has partnered with Smart Steps School Shoes by Novita to ensure learners in need have durable and comfortable shoes for school.
For the past 4 years, we have seen a decline in children coming to school with shoes. Children come barefoot feet, children come with broken, torn tackies. So I think, it will boost their ego, it will do so much for them. They will just blossom. I think they are going to remember, and they are definitely going out in the community to spread that good news, starting with their family. Our theme for this year is Be a Better Me. And I think spreading goodness, it goes hand in hand. So that is just great.
By doing good for the generation that will be our country's future leaders, Clover Crush is also sending a positive message of upliftment into communities.
We've been getting a very positive feedback from the public, from the social media, to a point where people on social media are actually using our hashtag Crush Goodness to spread goodness. So the goodness starts with you. Whatever good deed you do, just spread it to everyone else. Like we say, if I do good to you, you'll be able to pass that goodness to someone else. So we really encourage people to follow us on social media at Clover Crush, Facebook, and to continue spreading the goodness.
When I met Bonnie, I was really excited to see someone like a TV presenter.
Many people in other places don't have school shoes, and we have something to be grateful for today.
Many children doesn't have shoes at school, so now they can wear school shoes to school every day. And they also been happy at wearing them.
I always help my mom with the dishes, and my teacher always do what she asks me to do, and I always do something for my dad, like making me a cup of coffee or a cup of tea.
I think there's so many ways we can spread goodness. You can give somebody your time, you can give somebody some advice. If you're making sandwiches or lunch for your child, make an extra sandwich that they can take to school or that they can give to somebody else. Or if you're getting takeaways and you're not going to finish your food, give it to somebody else who's needy. There's so many things that we can do, and I think it's just about conscientizing ourselves. From this donation of school shoes, Clover Crush is aiming to get all South Africans inspired to take action and be part of the movement to spread goodness. So natural is beautiful, so show your locks some love. Grab your curl friends and get to hashtag #ClicksCurlsJoburg on the 24th and the 25th of March at the Galleria in Sandton. You'll receive a stylish tote bag to fill up with free samples from over 30 natural hair exhibitors, plus lots of prizes to be won. Tickets are 120 Rand and available through webtickets.co.za. Wear your crown with pride with hashtag #ClicksCurlsJoburg.
So much still to come on Afternoon Express. If you don't want to see my terrible dance moves and want to see the real choreographer in the loft, make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be epic. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, one of the toughest arts to form a successful career in is dance. And trust me, I know, right? It takes an incredible amount of passion and dedication to earn a living. And for Lee Shay Janaka, this is what's keeping him going.
And after years of dancing and choreographing for some of the biggest artists and stages in South Africa, including the Safters, Mafiki Thembi Siete, and Shoma Jozi, he now runs his own dance company called HOV that employs some 80 professional dancers, and all of this without any formal training.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you were known as an all-rounder at school. You could have done any of the things that you were brilliant at, but then you thought, I'm just going to be a self-taught professional dancer.
During my high school and primary school career, the dancing came into play bit by bit, but my academics were the real focus.
Oh, wow.
And my matric year was when that final decision was made. I had 2 bursary offers to study in New York.
Yeah.
And I turned those down because I just felt like my passion really lies in dance.
So what were those bursaries for? I mean, for a young, impressionable man like yourself to have this real, absolute knowledge that I know this is what I'm meant to be doing, to turn down something like that is huge.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. But I think because it was a BCom accounting degree and my expertise in high school was accounting, math, science, those subjects that people don't like.
Yeah.
And for me, there was just a spiritual connection to dance that there wasn't to accounting. And sometimes you just have to follow God's path and what he's saying to you. And he said to me, listen, it's gonna kick off, it's gonna be hard, but at some point it's gonna be substantial,
Yeah.
And here we are today.
Yeah, we are. We're sitting here.
Here you are today. Yeah, and you've said something very interesting. People always assume that following the thing that feels most natural or what feels like your passion is the easiest path. But sometimes that's the most difficult part. It's actually easier to go off your path.
Yes. There's this thing I use all the time, the glass half empty and the glass half full. I always look at my life like a glass that's filled halfway. At the end of your life, you're trying to get that glass to the bottom. Now, if you're loving doing things that you're not liking and you're not happy with, at some point, you're going to feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over. You're going to be miserable every day. I'm happy every day doing the thing I love, you know what I mean? And my glass is going to be empty at the end of this. I'll be achieving.
Listen, obviously, you grew up loving music and music videos, and that's kind of where you got your passion for learning about dance, and you started to teach yourself from there, I guess. And now, obviously, you're producing and choreographing some of the best music videos in the country. It's such a great establishment for you. And now, obviously, there's a part of giving back to the other dancers. So tell us about the HOV.
HOV Productions is a company I started 2 years ago, and it comes off the basis of a dance crew I started with Ashwin 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago. Vintage Crew. Everybody knows Vintage Crew.
About Vintage Crew.
So HOV is it stands for House of Vintage. And as you can see, this is we've branched off into music and all of that, but the crew of it doesn't really exist anymore. So I took it upon myself to make other people's lives happier by making a career, a substantial career in an industry like this, because many dancers go out of their way and they don't have the right platform to get onto television, get onto music videos, the things that we saw in the first place. And now this company just allows me to have variations of styles, dancers with different styles, dancers with drive and
flex
passion.
Your dance muscles. It's not like I'm just this one performer with my one style.
Yes, there's variation in everything, and I think the company just boosts that motivation that I got installed in me when I left matric,
What have been some of the highlights of your career? I mean, you've done the Safters, you've choreographed
your music videos are dead. Can we just have a moment, please?
Yes, the particular music videos, over 20 million views.
Yeah.
For me, that one was cool, but I don't look at it in a way of this is the best thing. I go project to project and try and make all of them as good and better than the last one. So I challenge myself in that regard. But there are a few standouts. I feel like all the musicians I've worked with in South Africa. Recently I did the Shekinah Please Mr. video. I've done Shoma Jozi's Do Me Phone. The recent ones, I like the fact that young artists also catch on to, okay, other artists have used him. Let's use him because he's the future of this game, you know what I mean? There I am, sizzling now.
Sizzling. I mean, in terms of the particular video, did you have an inkling that it would be the hit that it is right now? Was there an energy on set, though, where you were like, this is going to be huge?
I got approached for the particular video like mid-year at some point last year. And I was never aware that I was going to bump into Jadena on the first scene when I got to set. When I got to set, I had 3 females with me from HOV, and I was told that they're going to shoot a hair salon scene. When I got there, I saw him. I was like, oh my word, it's actually an international thing.
Yeah.
Nasty C was part of it. All of them were part of it. And over these few months, the project itself, just like Mafiki Zolo's Love Potion and all of those things, they've just gotten the views and people react to that, you know.
I love it. Listen, obviously when anything to do with dance, showing it is more important than talking about it. We're super proud of you.
Yeah.
And later on in the show, you're going to be doing a quick performance for us. So
Yes, with We Defy from Cape Town. Ooh, why? Yes.
Yeah. So just make sure you guys get your phones ready, get ready with the hashtag Afternoon Express and share as much love as you can for our incredible choreographer. You see, mouth tongue-tied today. Just like my dance moves. 2 left feet, 2 left tongues. We'll see you now.
Via Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack and you could win the grand prize of a Kia Picanto. For competition T's and C's, visit tropica.co.za.
Some great viewing on your TV tonight. Last week on Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives, the leading team of Karabo and Lihle enjoyed an exciting session of flyboarding as their reward. Now, will they have what it takes to outlast the others? You'll have to wait and see on tonight's dramatic episode. The teams are faced with a grueling elimination challenge called Let's Do the Slender Twist. That promises to shake things up, so stay tuned for that. And there's a drama aplenty as one contestant collapses and Katlejo delivers more shocking news. What could it be? Which team do you think will survive this ultimate twist?
Go! Tonight on Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives. It's another elimination round and tensions are high.
There's a pedal on my face.
Drama unfolds as teams are pushed to breaking point.
I cannot be going home, but now my body's not allowing.
And there's a slender twist that takes everyone by surprise.
Yo, things. I never saw this coming.
That's Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives tonight at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
And because we work on SABC3, we got some inside scoop for you. The producers tell us this is an episode that will have you on the edge of your seat. So if you want to see which team will be saying goodbye to paradise, be sure not to miss tonight's exciting episode on Season 8 of Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives at 7:30 p.m. right here on SABC3.
Get a taste of the smooth island life and win big with Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives. Via Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack and you could win daily airtime prizes, Daniel Klein watches, American Tourista luggage for your next adventure, vouchers from loot.co.za to shop the hot daily deals online, and the grand prize of a Kia Picanto. For competition T's and C's, visit tropica.co.za. And don't forget to watch Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives every Monday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the viewing for tonight on SABC3. But if you're in it for some dance performance right here on Afternoon Express, the incredible crew joins us on the show. So get it to your social media accounts right now. Use the hashtag Afternoon Express. Let's dance.
Majozi aje ama nini nyie hamialiki mbona mwenzaka nasema napenda lakini yeye haniambii haweza kashindwa kifungo hata 200 ila hanipigiji hivi nishasema itabidi aongee na mimi kini hanisikii kusubiri mimi kweli sitaweza unanifili kinuwezi kunyonesha sasa mimi nikisi unanipenda hukunambia endo mana nilienda
Yes, yes, and yes, ladies and gentlemen. Lishay, dude, I feel like backstage there, I feel like I'm pretty much already. High energy performance. You're incredible. Where can people find you online?
Online at Lishay HOV, Insta, and Twitter. Okay. You know what I am? You don't know. On Facebook, Lishay Jenica.
Yeah, no way. If you guys were dancing at home, you'd know how tired we are as well on the set. Listen, we've still got a live performance on the show right here, so make sure you stay right where you are. They're from South Africa's youngest indie band, the Skyscrapers, so stay right where you are.
Express yourself.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
I'm talking to you, politicians, people supposed to have vision for this world. Yeah. I'm talking to you, boys and girls, people I believe can change the world for the better. Yeah. We live in a world where we generalize. Look at the world through society's eyes. Time to break through the wall of stereotypical lies. Yeah, let's open our eyes. So I'm talking to you, politicians, people supposed to have vision. I'm talking to you, boys and girls, people I believe can change the world for the better. Yeah, so don't throw your wishes away. Say what you wanna say. The world's gonna make a change. Can't have a rainbow without the rain. Oh, gonna make a change. Oh yeah, gonna break rain. Beg, steal, and borrow. People's love filled with sorrow. You pay them with diamonds just to keep the silence. Your heart's a paper thin, like the papers you keep signing. Then innocent lives are broken and angry beasts are woken. I'm talking to you, politicians, people supposed to have vision. I'm talking to you, boys and girls, people I believe can change the world for the better. Yeah, so don't throw your wishes away. Say what you wanna say. The world's gonna make a change. Can't have a rainbow without a little rain. Oh, gonna make a change. Oh,
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're live on SABC3. I'm so excited to introduce our next piece. They burst onto the scene last year with their hit debut single, Just Kids. The Skyscrapers are South Africa's youngest indie group, and here they are to perform their new hit, Politicians.
I'm talking to you, politicians, people supposed to have vision for this world. Yeah. I'm talking to you, boys and girls, people I believe can change the world for the better.
Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.